Going to go to our newsmaker line right now. I've got a guest this afternoon. It is Kristen Volchansky, who is an event organizer from Action Together Northeast PA, and she's going to discuss the proposed $6 billion plant by Texas-based Nacero to convert natural gas into gasoline. The proposed site of that plant is in Newport Township and Nacero. Kristen, welcome to WILK.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
It's a pleasure to be on with you this afternoon.
Well, it's great to have you on. I saw on my Facebook page that your organization, along with Pennsylvania Interfaith Power and Light and the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Wyoming Valley, are holding a community forum on Zoom Thursday from 7:30 to 9 p.m., and it's regarding the proposed Nacero plant to convert natural gas into gasoline. It's set for Newport Township and Nacero. Why don't you tell us all about it?
Sure. Thank you. Yes, we are holding a community forum. It'll be Thursday night from 7:30 to 9. It will be on Zoom, so you can join remotely. And this came out of just having this issue come to our attention from people who live in the community, some who are members of our organization, and just a sense and a feeling that they would like more information about this facility, what this facility will look like, its impact on the community, how many jobs are coming, how will it impact health, well, how will it impact safety, quality of life, the economy of the area. So that was really the genesis for the beginning of our involvement on this issue and for putting this forum together. So we'll have one of our members, Scott Cannon, who is a local resident in the area. He lives in Plymouth, not that far from Newport Township. He'll be presenting. We also have Susan Voles from the Clean Air Council, who will be talking about the environmental impact, and Barbara Brandon, who is a retired physician, is with Concerned Physicians of Pennsylvania. She'll be talking about the health impacts associated with this plant. And it is something that has been well documented that if you live within a close proximity to a refinery of any kind, that your risk of cancer, certain other health issues like childhood asthma, rhinitis, COPD, those tend to go up. So given that this plant in Nanticoke in Newport Township is being constructed in a residential area, we do feel that those are things that the community needs to be able to ask and investigate and, essentially kick the tires on in regards to this issue. The other plants that have been proposed by Nacero are being constructed or proposed to be constructed in areas that are farther away from population centers. The one in Texas is proposed to be built in basically an oil field outside of Odessa, Texas. So that's a little bit of a different scenario than what's being proposed here.
Okay, so tell me, Kristen, how close is the nearest home or property, residential property, to where this site is? Because I believe it's a 3,000-acre plot that they're looking at to build the plant.
Yes, but this would be a very large facility. One of our members, Jim, can actually see where this facility will be from his backyard.
Okay.
And so he will be very close in proximity to this plant. The way that this facility has been laid out in Texas, Arizona, other places where it's been proposed, it will be built in phases, so it will grow over time as well, too. The impact on traffic will be an issue because they will need to build up infrastructure, widen a bridge, and roads to be able to get trucks in and out of this plant. So there will be a lot of truck traffic as well as rail traffic to move the feedstock in and to move the product out. So that will have an impact on the community as well.
Yeah, I'm sure the infrastructure aspect of this will probably take the longest to put together as opposed to the actual construction of the plant itself. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. It's Brian Hughes filling in for Bob today. My guest this afternoon is Kristen Volchansky, event organizer from Action Together Northeast PA, discussing the proposed $6 billion plant by Texas-based Nacero to convert natural gas into gasoline. It's proposed on a 3,000-acre plot of land in Nacero and Newport Township. I believe the plot covers both the city of Nacero and as well as the township.
Yes, well, this plot of land is, there are also some issues as well that I think deserve some investigation and some feedback concerning the proposed site, because the site does cover part of Earth Conservancy. It also covers part of state game land. There are also other parts of it that are parcels that are privately owned. There would need to be land purchases or land agreements with all of those owners. There are issues on the property, such as acid mine collection, undermining, a possible mine fire that would need to be remediated before Nacero could even build there. So that would be very expensive to do. It would require taxpayer funding, and there is already taxpayer funding going towards this project. And I think that's the biggest thing that needs to be honestly discussed.
Right.
This plant is made possible by a tax cut that is providing a significant amount of taxpayer dollars to this proposed project. It's about $6.6 million per year for 25 years. So that's a total of $165.5 million.
Now, is this a state or a federal tax cut we're talking about? A state money or federal tax money? Okay.
And in addition to that state tax cut, as I mentioned, they will also need to undertake infrastructure improvements. And Newport Township has already made the decision to move forward with the Redevelopment Authority's decision to start offering bonds
right.
to widen this bridge from Newport Township to Nanacoke, to do other infrastructure improvements. And we don't even know that Nacero is definitely coming. They haven't purchased any land there. They haven't submitted any permits to DEP or to the local township. That is a significant amount of funding to take away from Luzerne County that could be used going forward for other infrastructure projects throughout the county for the next decade.
It's interesting because from what I've read up on the Nacero plant, the proposed plant in Nanacoke and Newport Township would take at least 4 years to complete. Have there been any public hearings either held or in the process of being set up for the taxpayers to go and voice their concerns about it?
It has come up a little bit. We've gone to county council meetings. Mm-hmm. To ask us. What we have heard so far is that there is no land purchase agreement. There are no permits submitted to DEP, none to the township. The township, as I said, is about to engage the services of a law firm to start issuing municipal bonds to undertake infrastructure projects around that site. That is about the only thing on paper that has happened so far. I do think it's important to note that in Texas, Nacero very much championed that they were partnering with Bechtel to build the Texas plant. In November before Thanksgiving, Bechtel backed out. And now Nacero says that it is looking to local contractors to partner with them to continue the project. And the date for the start of the project, which was supposed to start in January, keeps moving.
All right.
Now it's supposed to start in March. March is almost here, and they haven't broken ground. So I think the biggest thing is that the community has a right to ask, is this really a good deal? Is this company really a legitimate partner that is legitimately coming here that can make good on the promises that they're making? And I think there's a big question about that. They're an LLC. They've been around only since 2015. They have never built a facility anywhere.
So do you think they're just like a holding company for like a larger conglomerate to take over the project for them? Or is it the kind of like playing middleman role?
I think that they need a partner, to be honest with you. Without a partner with a background in this type of construction, like a Bechtel or Cabot,
right,
I don't think that they can build this.
Okay. It's Brian Hughes on the Bob Cordaro Show on WILK. My guest this afternoon is Kristen Volchansky, event organizer from Action Together Northeast PA, talking about an upcoming community forum they're holding on the proposed Nacero gas refinery that's set to be built on a 3,000-acre plot of land in Nacero and Newport Township. The event, the community forum, is going to be held Thursday evening on Zoom from 7:30 to 9 p.m. You want to check it out and weigh in on the situation. Kristen, anything else about this proposed plant that you would like to discuss? Or, as you said, that Nacero has never actually built such a structure. They're originally going to partner with Bechtel, but Bechtel seemed to drop their name out of the running for the project they were planning in Texas.
Yeah, just to give your listeners a little bit of background in Nacero, they are essentially kind of like a startup. They're an LLC, so that means that they are not required to file all of the tax forms that a publicly traded company is required to file. They really are only required to file essentially one tax form.
Right.
But having looked at their SEC filing when they started offering securities and raising investor money, they had about 20 employees in 2019. And they had raised in investor capital about $32 million. That's a decent amount of money, but that's not the type of money that you would raise to build a $6 or $7 billion plant, which is what this plant will cost. And they're proposing to build essentially two plants simultaneously, one in Texas and one here. So our position is we just would like more information. It's even the number of jobs that will supposedly be created keeps moving.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I saw that there were, in the initial report about them proposing the plant in Newport Township, there'd be 3,500 workers during the construction process, and then when it finally opens, there would be 450 full-time employees that would take at least 4 years to complete from start to finish. So I'm not sure what time frame we're looking at, probably closer to the end of the decade by the time it's actually put together.
Yes, and initially, I know certain elected officials have thrown out the number 450 permanent jobs. The company has said in press statements that that's probably closer to like 300.
Okay.
And so I did just a little bit of short math. If you look at the total of the state tax break that we gave them, even if we accepted their number of 450 permanent jobs, that's about $3,000 or $372,000 per job.
It's nice money if you can get it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's before you even get to tax subsidies that they would ask for to help them get the feedstock,
right,
the feedstock natural gas, or to get the water that would be required to make this process work. This is a very energy-intensive process that uses a lot of resources, and it's been around since the 1970s, but it's never been employed at large because it hasn't been seen as economically viable.
Right.
So I think there's a right of community members to ask these questions and get more information about how it will affect them and affect their daily lives.
Okay. Kristen, can you give me the more information? I know it's Thursday from 7:30 to 9. Now, how can people link up with this and get on Zoom and ask their own questions about it?
Sure. So if you are on Facebook, you can go to Luzerne County Nacero Frac Gas to Gasoline Refinery, and it is under the Events tab on that page. If you click the Events tab, there should be a blue little button on the top right of the page. That will take you to the registration link for Zoom, and you can register, and then Zoom will send you a confirmation email with the link to join on Thursday night. You can also go to Action Together's Facebook page. We're on Facebook, and we also have a website, Action Together NEPA oneself.org, and you can contact us that way, and we will definitely give you the information needed, answer any questions, try to help you out the best that we can.
Okay. Kristen Volchansky, event organizer from Action Together Northeast PA, discussing the community forum that's coming up Thursday evening from 7:30 to 9 p.m. It's on Zoom, the virtual forum, regarding the proposed Nacero gas refinery that has been set to be built on a 3,000-acre plot of land in Nacero and Newport Township. I appreciate you joining us this afternoon, and you have yourself a great day.
Sure. Thank you so much, Brian.
Not a problem. Let's see. How about Giuseppe from Jessup? You're on WILK.
Hello, Brian. How are you this afternoon?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm okay. Just quickly before I get to my point, which would be about the gas plant going on in Luzerne County, I'd like to say, believe it or not, Dave from Kingston has a lot of fans. Free Dave from Kingston. Let the guy speak. What he does is his business. I like what he says.
Okay.
Okay, now to get to my point.
Yep.
The person that's running that show, that open house from where were they from? Nanticoke on Thursday.
Yeah, it's on Zoom. It's a virtual community forum on Zoom about the Nacero gas refinery and possible impacts that it would have.
Yeah. Well, I would like her to get a hold of Citizens for a Healthy Jessup, because these gas companies have an actual playbook that we're going by. Now, as you may or may not know, Jessup has probably one of the biggest gas to electricity plants in the country.
That's the new Invenergy plant, right?
That's right.
Okay.
And it seems to me that it's the same people that put this plant in, especially the point that they have never done anything like this before.
Right.
And they're following this playbook. If I were those people in Nanticoke, I would follow the money. Why is it going on that 3,000-acre? Because somebody owns that land, and they're already corrupting the officials from Nanticoke. Believe me, I'm Power Beer telling these people the lawyers are coming. Someone on their council is being corrupted,
okay.
And that's why that plant is going there.
Giuseppe, maybe you can answer a question for me. Where is the nearest residential area to that plant in Jessup? Because I know it's up the mountain a bit. How far is the nearest residential home from where that plant's located?
Well, as the crow flies, it's only, I'd say, less than 500 yards from where the kids play baseball.
Really?
And about that from the...
Okay.
It ruined this town.
Okay.
And I'd hate to see it happen down there. Start passing your laws about noise pollution. Start passing your laws, Nanticoke, about water pollution. To arms. The lawyers are coming, and they will take your town. If you like what you see, if you want to look out your window and see beauty, do something now. Stop them. Please get a hold of Citizens for Healthy Jessup. What we did is actually start our own political party, the Jessup Independent Democrats, and we kicked out the people that were corrupt on our council and voted in a whole new council. Wow. And it's worked out really good.
Okay. Giuseppe, appreciate your call. Thank you very much.